is Heat Live. That is a full show. Final score. In overtime, your Miami Heat make history on this night. 2 points on way to victory. Excellent work by him. Wonderful decision-making on the offensive end. He made half of his shots on the night, knocking down 8 field goals in 16 attempts. How about 3 from the land of milk and honey? That was a cute one right there, going up and under. But Rio was something else. 6 assists, just 3 turnovers. He had 4 rebounds along the way. How about a couple steals? And again, people asked where that score was going to come from. How about the right corner? How about a splashdown from 3 times on the night? He just changed speeds. He did everything he had to do to grab victory for the Miami Heat. And when he scored 10 points or more this postseason, this is the 7th time that he's done it. The Miami Heat have been victorious 6 of those times. As soon as the extra session was over, we chatted with Mario Chalmers. Fresh off the largest comeback in Miami Heat playoff history, the Miami Heat up 2-0 alongside Mario Chalmers. Rio, you were so aggressive. You were very attacking on both ends of the floor. What was it that you wanted to impact this game with? Because you had the 22 points. You still had your assists and rebounds as well.
I just want to do every little thing for my team to win. You know, they told me before the game I need to keep being aggressive like I've been. And I just pick and choose my moments, and I was able to get to it.
Could you all anticipate what was coming from Rondo? A 40-plus point game. You guys threw everything at him, but he showed a little bit of his greatness tonight.
Everything. Rondo's a great player, like you said. So, you know, anytime a player like that get going, it's hard to stop him.
Let's talk about the difficulty in this game. Free throws. You guys practice them. You work on them. You do it all the time. What happens on a night like this when so many don't fall?
I started that. You know, I started missing free throws earlier so everybody followed my lead. So, you know, as a point guard, I can't do that. You know, my team going to follow what I do. And, you know, I got to make down my free throws as long as them.
I know the history that you all won is getting the 2nd championship in team history, but how gratifying is it to come back, claw back, and get this win at home against this Boston Celtics team?
It feels good. You know, they had a big lead on us. Our crowd kept us in the game the whole time. You know, they kept cheering for us, and they kept us going. So, we had to bring our energy back out and go get the win.
What's the first thing you guys got to accomplish when you get up to Boston?
You know, stay focused. You know, watch film, see what we did this game, and make sure we bring our energy with us.
Rio, thanks for the time. Congratulations on a historical win.
Thank you.
All right. Mario Chalmers getting it done in every possible way. 22 points, 4 rebounds, 6 assists. And how about a couple steals on way to victory? 115, 111. The Heat up 2 going to Boston. Particularly late, we're so critical to either pushing ahead or keeping the ship from tipping over.
Yeah, my guys found me. I was able to knock them down.
Yeah, no, I mean, it was every possible way for you. And it was amazing because those guys just kept collapsing. They weren't just giving up the paint tonight, were they?
No, not at all. They were talking about keeping our shooters, getting our guys in the paint and smothering them, and they had to kick it out to shooters and trust us, and we made shots tonight, fortunately.
He made a lot of shots there, Rondo. He didn't get that one, though, did he? He didn't get that one. Now, you talked about guys looking for you. Overall, it looked like that secondary pass was always critical and always found the right guy, particularly when you guys were going well.
We really talked about making an extra pass, finding guys, and you know, our shooters are going to knock down shots. We just got to get them good shots, get them open, and keep getting into them consistently.
You guys, you were part of, here's a big one right there. That had to feel good right there.
Felt good. Felt good to get a win overall, man. We got the win, and I'm just happy we got it.
Look at the overtime jump shot. I mean, let's not belittle that right there. I mean, come on. That was a critical shot, creating the space. I believe that made it 5 right there. That was nice.
Yeah, I mean, shot is a shot. I mean, I'm happy I made it, but overall, if I make it and we lose,
come over and help, and it make it very difficult for LeBron to get anything off. And at the end of the game, they're not going to call a foul, probably. They're really going to have to be a real obvious foul if you go to the basket. So, I mean, he got a good shot. He had the shorter guy on him. He missed it, went into overtime, and again, you know, he had such a great game. I don't want to second guess what he didn't do.
LeBron James finished with 34 points, 10 rebounds, 7 assists. He played 48 minutes in the game and made some big plays along with Dwayne Wade in the overtime. I think that this is the play, Coach. The jumper off balance and off the back rim. It is easy to second guess because the shot did not go down. And then in overtime, Coach, I thought that man, Udonis Haslem, was the hero of Game 2, 13 points, a playoff high, 11 rebounds. He played 30 minutes, and without Haslam, the Heat don't win this game.
The jump shots that they did in Game 1. I mean, the Heat did take 47 free throws in this game. And so they were getting to the basket off the double teams. But you're right, Boston did a much better job of doubling him. The Heat are going to be able to look at this tape and see what to expect on Friday night in Boston. They forced the Heat into a couple of turnovers that looked like they were obvious passes. But give the Heat credit right there. That's the layup right there by Dwayne Wade that got him going. His first field goal of the game in the third quarter, and then he went off from there. And then you got that pass inside from LeBron to Wade, tough shot. And then we know that once Dwayne Wade gets it going, he and LeBron are two of the best in the league at just piling up points. This was a great block right here. He was measuring his steps, Wade was, and he got that block on Allen, who was going to the rim. And then it started something down the other end. And in the middle of all the points he scored in that third quarter were a couple of J's that got him off, too.
Miami had 11 block shots in Game 1, 5 more in Game 2, 16 blocks in the 2 games of this series, and the blocks have triggered the up-tempo offense. Tony, the Heat have settled for a lot of jumpers, but when LeBron and D-Wade are attacking and moving without the ball, the Heat obviously at their best. Now, the good news is Miami got 47 free throw attempts. As you look at Wade finishing with 23 points, 6 rebounds, 4 assists. He winds up going 8 of 15 from the floor. He had 21 of those 23 points in the second half and in overtime.
That carried the team and really got them going. It was a lot of slashing drives, pull-up shots, and just his overall energy and absolute will to take the big shot when they needed him to. Even there, he misses the drive, but able to rebound his own shot. It was those type of plays and finding guys on the break in the first half. He had 14 points and 4 assists alone. Those were critical plays to keep the Heat close, and the second half did a better job of distributing the basketball and keeping everyone involved. He made some big triples too. And right here, this left-hand hesitation move was absolutely gorgeous. Being a left-hander, I appreciate that kind of ball handling ability.
I mean, it's a sweet left hand. You got it as well. The thing that was amazing, you just watch the confidence boil over every time he made a shot inside or out.
We saw in Game 1 that really separated them in the second half, but the third quarter was again outstanding. They got some early jump shooting there by LeBron, and much more efficiency. When LeBron is hitting that shot and they got to go out and guard him, he just becomes devastating because you can't stay in front of him. UD, this was the start of his second half. He made some big shots getting to the open areas on double teams. He understands the spacing when LeBron and Wade are being double teamed. He understands he's got to get to the open area, whether it's the front of the rim or that pick and pop action at the free throw line. Wade made timely shots after a really tough first half as well, where he had a hard time scoring the basketball. And this third quarter was the 5th straight third quarter where they've outscored opponents by at least 10 points or more. So he came out of that locker room raring to go, and it really completely shifted the momentum of the game in their favor.
35-22 was the total. And the Heat, again, winning that rebounding margin, shooting so efficiently and moving the ball around as well.
But I thought there was a big difference from the first half to the second half, and a lot of it was they continued to attack the basket in the second half. You start off here in the third quarter with LeBron knocking down threes, but it forced the defense to have to come out and guard him, and then he was able to get to the paint. He got to the free throw line 24 times. You don't play soft getting to the line 24 times. He and Wade got to the line 11 times. That's important to them. Attacking the rim, getting higher percentage shots, getting their games going from about 18 feet and in. And, Wade finishing in the fourth quarter was tremendous. He did such a good job knocking down those shots when it really mattered in the clutch.
Free throw wise, these guys missed a combined 10. The Heat were 31 of 47. How big of a deal was that?
I thought it was huge, and it becomes more